On Thursday, April 30th, 2026, the midday routine at Foss High School in Tacoma, Washington, abruptly stopped. An altercation involving a knife broke out, sending terrified students scattering through the narrow hallways to find safety. The violence left 6 individuals bleeding. That included 4 students, 1 adult security guard, and the attacker. First responders realized immediately they were dealing with extreme trauma. 4 of those patients were in critical condition. This creates an immediate operational nightmare for police and paramedics. They are forced into a vacuum of danger where they have to simultaneously neutralize an active armed threat and treat heavily bleeding trauma patients before time runs out. Over the next 67 minutes, local authorities methodically worked through that chaos, executing a massive, highly coordinated emergency response to secure the sprawling campus and keep those severe injuries from turning fatal. The campus-wide emergency protocols triggered first. At exactly 1:38 p.m., Foss High School went into a strict lockdown. Heavily armed tactical units rushed the perimeter to locate the threat. They quickly apprehended the suspect, confirming he was an enrolled student at the school. During the violent exchange, the teenager had also sustained stab wounds. Officers immediately separated him from the rest of the student population. Authorities secured the attacker and ultimately booked him on 5 separate counts of first-degree assault. That rapid apprehension is the mandatory first step in a mass casualty incident. Until the primary threat is isolated by police, paramedics cannot safely enter the building to reach the bleeding victims. With the hallways locked down and the threat contained, the Tacoma Fire Department stepped in to take control of the medical response. Department spokesperson Chelsea Shepard later detailed their triage efforts, confirming that emergency crews rapidly extracted 5 victims from the school grounds and transported them to local trauma centers. The medics had to prioritize care based on severity. They rushed the 4 critically injured patients out ahead of the 5th individual, who only required treatment for minor cuts. As for the 6th injured person, the suspect, officers managed his transport through a completely separate logistical track. He was taken to a hospital for minor injuries while strictly under police guard. Getting inside an active perimeter to sort, stabilize, and extract victims this quickly is exactly how emergency crews keep severe blood loss from becoming a loss of life. But treating the injured only solved half the problem. District officials still had to figure out how to safely clear hundreds of terrified, uninjured students out of a massive crime scene. To manage the inevitable surge of families rushing toward the school, the district set up a dedicated reunification area, requiring a massive physical footprint to stage transportation and organize the crowds. Their protocols held up under the pressure. By 2:45 p.m., Tacoma Public Schools confirmed the entire student body had been safely dismissed to their families. Looking closely at the timeline, securing the suspect, triaging the wounded, and evacuating the entire facility took exactly 67 minutes. Establishing these distinct operational zones, separating the crime scene from the medical triage and the parent staging site, is what allowed the campus to function under extreme stress, ensuring that the arriving public didn't obstruct the pathways needed for emergency vehicles and investigative teams. The efficiency of those 67 minutes paid off in the hospital wards. By late afternoon, medical officials confirmed that all the victims, even the 4 initially listed in critical condition, had been completely stabilized. The suspect also remained in stable condition, recovering from his injuries under continuous police watch. With the immediate physical danger neutralized, Tacoma Public Schools ordered an institutional pause. They canceled Friday classes and after-school events to give the community a chance to breathe. District leaders drafted a deliberate recovery plan for the reopening on Monday, making sure professional counselors would be on site to offer psychological support to the returning students and staff. In their official statement, the district noted they were deeply grateful for the, quote, quick, calm action of our staff and our first responders. While it's nearly impossible to predict exactly when or where violence will spark inside a school, rigid, heavily practiced emergency protocols offer the clearest path to keeping a severe crisis from descending into a total tragedy.